Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly relationship reading for Libra. Libra, let's see what's coming in for you. See a lot of work and effort, someone perfecting their craft. Somebody here might be rather picky. Yeah, I see something sudden here, an epiphany, a tower moment. Somebody's not putting in effort. Somebody might be just kind of having that realization. Yeah, this is definitely someone taking back their power, putting on the brakes here. Some of you could be busy working, and this could be something that happens suddenly too. We'll just get the other cards out. A Libra, what is it you need to know? Yeah, so somebody here is definitely frustrated. Yeah, it's about spending time together, doing things together. I wonder if there's somebody here who somebody swooped in before somebody else could. Because I often see that where someone's frustrated, but it's someone who feels defeated. They feel like they're being defeated. Yeah. So someone who knows a good thing when they see it. So somebody here, I feel whoever this is, I feel they know a good thing when they see it, but it's someone who has other opportunities. See, somebody swooped in. There was an opportunity, and someone feels defeated. It was sudden, a shock where they had this opportunity, and I feel they didn't take it. They were a little bit frustrated here with this, but it's about doing things together, spending time together. There's another person. I think somebody swooped in because the other person had other opportunities. So like I say, it's a shock, it's a surprise. Let's have a look at the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Someone doing some thinking, analyzing. It has to do with work or putting in effort. Now, it could be someone who was, feeling defeated or mixed messages, signals, uncertainty, where they needed to take the lead. But it's something sudden with the Tower, a shock. Someone cut somebody out. It wasn't working, or they weren't putting in effort, or they just didn't want to build. See, it's also an energy of building. So something is building here. It's telling me this is like, I don't know if this has already happened, but see, it's somebody feeling shocked and surprised here. It's a person asking someone out. They want to. This is a person who needs to take control. Now, I do think it's somebody who's likely cut somebody out, or they've learned something, which is a shock or surprise, but they're feeling kind of frustrated. Yeah, it has to do with someone swooping in, asking someone on a date. Yeah, I feel like it's someone who let someone get away, or they're finding out that somebody else has other options. The other person has options. If you're a feminine Libra, maybe you have other options, but there was opportunity to take action. Someone has opportunities. Let's have a look at the King of Swords. Yeah, see, it's a fresh new start, an opportunity, an invitation. Maybe they didn't see it coming. They weren't expecting it. So it could be the feminine reaching out. I wouldn't be surprised. But I think this is someone just looking at this. To me, it looks like something had happened and they've learned something. It is often the one that got away, but it's somebody who I feel needs to take control of the situation. Because the other person is the recipient. Tell me about the Five of Swords. See, someone waiting. Some person only waits so long, so it's the other person maybe feeling defeated. They're not waiting for this cup, for someone to get this going, but it has to do with someone's emotions overflowing. And then another person swoops in. This is the person who has other opportunities. See, they had opportunity and they didn't take action. Now they feel defeated. They waited too long. Yeah, they got into their head. They were indecisive and they waited too long. Yeah, they didn't, you see, they didn't reach out. They had an opportunity. And I do think this was someone kind of thinking, mixed meth. There was a conversation possibly or something where they weren't clear about whether the other person's interested or if they should reach out. But somebody else reached out. They got there ahead of the other person. So now they're looking at this. If they're learning, if there's still opportunity. See, the one getting away. Look at that. It's all about letting somebody get away. I don't think it's too late. This is someone still open. They're waiting to receive. So whatever it is that happened, there may have been a date and the other person's not interested, which could be yourself. Maybe you're indecisive and you're not really that interested in the other person. You've been waiting for this person. Whoever it is, they better hurry up. They better hurry up. Someone's waiting for someone to reciprocate. See, there's a spark, there's desire, there's attraction. But it's almost like, and I do think Libra feminines, you may not see this coming. And if you have two, by the looks of it, you might be the one who has a hard time deciding. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Let's have a look at the Knight of Swords. Yeah. See, it's all about taking control. Somebody swooped in. Somebody else swooped in and took control of the situation because the other person was indecisive or in their head thinking. They probably didn't even know. It's probably someone who didn't even know. There was just opportunity. Someone who's got options. There are people who know a good thing when they see it. They're not, somebody here didn't waste any time. And the other person was indecisive or, yeah, sitting there waiting. See, they waited too long. This is somebody only going to wait long, but I think they're still waiting. I don't think it's too late. I don't think they reciprocated with the other person. You know, they may have exchanged a little something, spent a little time together, but it's somebody who's not really, I don't think they were all that interested. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. Someone being cautious, playing it safe, but now they think, because they were playing it too safe about asking someone out, they were being cautious. So they never got what they wanted because they didn't take action. So now they feel defeated. Yeah, there's a third person, see, other people. Someone who's maybe popular, you know, we got a person here. There's three people, somebody swooped in. And this is interesting. I'm seeing a lot of this energy in readings today. It's like, wow. But there it is, somebody making a decision. See, it's people getting together, maybe a gathering, there's people talking. It's all good news. It's all good, you know, hearing good things. So somebody's swooping in before the other person. Yeah, somebody here was choosing their battles, you know, kind of probably thinking it through a little bit too much, overanalyzing it. Too much thinking, not enough action. I don't think it's too late. Let's have a look at the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, so someone spent time contemplating and thinking, going within. Should I go down this path again? Should I connect with this person, spend some time with them, see if we have anything in common? See, they were hesitant, unable to make a decision. It's the King of Swords. So they sat there and the other person swooped in because they took control. They took the lead. Tell me about that Chariot. Yeah. Somebody goes after what they want. They don't waste any time. Somebody a little more fast moving, a little more aggressive. They like what they seen. They went after it. Because this is somebody here. There was an exchange between two people. So I don't know if something what this person's thinking, did that go over my head, or did I get that right, or was it mixed signals? Were they actually interested? Did they want me to ask them out, or didn't they? And that's the person who overanalyzes, the thinker. Too much thinking, not enough action. This person went after it right away. They took control and swooped in. But the other person, I don't think they have a problem with that person, but I don't think they really reciprocate. They may have maybe had a date or spent a little time together, but I feel that this is someone still waiting to receive. Tell me about the Queen of Cups. See, putting in effort, building. This is somebody just focused on work, doing other things. But it's about somebody putting in effort. This is somebody open to receive to someone who puts in the effort. But it's also someone who's rather particular, picky. Yeah. I don't think this person's... I think they did reciprocate. I do think they responded. But this person here, see, there's this desire, this spark. But it's telling me, I don't know what this is, but I don't think they're that interested. Because like the other person just kind of reached out. But I don't think this went anywhere. But if it is something that hasn't happened, and you're watching this and you're that King of Swords, stop overthinking and just do it. What have you got to lose, right? All they can do is not reciprocate. At least you'll know. Because I feel some of you are just in your heads thinking about it, but there's indecision. But I think this Queen of Cups energy was also indecisive. They didn't see this other person coming. And I don't know if this person wants to deal with this person. Let's have a look at this Hermit, because it's about someone contemplating. Too much thinking, too much contemplating. Hermit. This is somebody making a judgment. See, it's a judgment, a decision, releasing. This is somebody worried about making a bad decision. But this person here, it's the Queen of Cups. See, I feel it's up to the Queen of Cups to decide. There's definitely an energy of 3, maybe people in each other's social circle. But it's something sudden, someone finding out someone here, I feel is single, available. They should have acted. I don't think it's too late, though, because I feel it's just 2 people who maybe spent a little time together. But I don't think this person's that interested. Because I don't know if they put a lot of effort in. That person didn't put in a lot of effort. So it's the feminine who's going to make the decision in the end. But this is somebody trying to not make a decision they're going to regret, judgment, decision. Somebody judging things. It's bad judgment. That's what I feel this person's looking at. But I feel for the feminine, it's up to you to decide. Yeah, it says, like I say, someone just coming in for attention. I feel like it didn't go anywhere. It wasn't a victory. But it has to do with, because it's somebody who come in, they kind of, it's an energy of chasing. But I do see this person going after it, chasing something here, but I don't think it went anywhere. Maybe the feminine didn't reciprocate, but I feel they're kind, compassionate, But it's all about the 6 of Wands, and of Wands, 7 of Wands. See, kind of pushing this. They're not going to let this person in. They didn't put in enough effort. They came in a way of pride. They weren't humble. They had a bit of an ego, right? The ego. But the interesting thing is someone's ego getting in the way. Yeah. So someone's single, taking care of themselves. So I feel like it's somebody who didn't come in very humble. They just swooped in, took control. But I don't think it went anywhere. Like it wasn't successful or long-term. It's somebody who came in and then it's almost like that chaser runner. But it's someone who's finding out that someone's single and that's the thing. But yeah, or someone here, this person just wants to be. Very interesting energy, but it's all about the amount of effort someone put in. See, I don't know if this is someone who planned, prepared, or they just want to be single. Someone's lifestyle, the way they can. Oh, it's somebody who's already in a relationship, possibly too. Yeah, like I say, it's all about being on the same page, mixed messages, mixed signals. I feel this person overanalyzed this, where they felt the other person wasn't very interested. This other person took the lead, the natural born leader. So this is what they need to do. They need to just take the lead and put in lots of effort. This is someone who wants someone who puts in effort. They want to build. See, it's about building after a tower. But it's all this happening quite suddenly. It's somebody finding out through people talking that someone's single. So I say, I don't know if this is someone who cut somebody out or it's all happening at once, but the other person come in very quickly. Somebody being humbled. See, it's all about being humble. Somebody was humbled by this. I think the Empress didn't reciprocate or doesn't feel the same. They don't feel there's enough in common, but it's this person too who, and I do see feeling defeated, being humbled. And it's because they didn't act when they had the opportunity. They didn't take any action. Tell me about the King of Cups. Yeah, it's a whole new cycle. See, it's all about good luck and timing, and it is about stop wasting time. Stop wasting time. This is where the timing is now. It's like when you have an opportunity, you act now. You know, someone here just couldn't make a decision. But I also see the feminine not seeing this coming as well. The feminine is the one who's going to decide, Libra, right? Judgment. You're going to be the one to decide. You want someone who puts in effort. And it's also some of you, see, it's all about opportunity and options. See, maybe you're just keeping your options open, but it's about open to receive. So I don't think you're making any real decision here, possibly at this point, but you will be the one to decide. So if there is a choice, this is a whole new cycle. It is an opportunity. Someone here has been crushing, longing for love. See, it's a crush where they need to act, but it's someone who longs for love. So you want love. You and this other person long for love, where the other person's more about attention. You know, they like to be in control too. They kind of just swoop in and take the lead. Nothing wrong with that, but I feel they're somebody who likes to kind of be in control. Yeah. I'm going to have another look at this Six of Cups. Yeah, taking a step back, seeing things different, this is someone who's different than I think this is someone who's going, there's one of these people's just not your type. The other one's more your type. One of these people is emotionally mature, where the other one's all ruled by their ego. Somebody's got a bit of an ego. They kind of come in expecting they're going to get attention or get something they wanted. And I don't think they got what they wanted. Almost missed that. They didn't get the feminine is not filling their cup, giving them what they want, because one of them comes in just when they want attention, or that's what they're looking for. Where the other person actually wants love, like the feminine energy. See, there's opportunity, knowing a good thing. But let's have another look at this King of Wands. Let's make sure here it's not the other way around. Everybody has that choice, free thought, thinking for yourself, Libra. Make a decision. If it feels off, it probably feels off. What is this King of Wands intentions? Yeah, this is somebody who can, this is someone definitely moving slowly. So it is somebody who has possibly ended something. They're distancing themselves from someone, but this is also an avoidance, somebody who tries to avoid a disaster. So this could be someone who reached in, didn't get what they want. But I feel it's yourself, Libra, going to avoid. I think you're going to, you're the one who's going to decide. If something feels off, one of these people isn't your type, or you're ready to try a different type, someone more emotionally available. So like I say, there's opportunity. Tell me about the Two of Swords. Yeah, it's all about stability, partnering up, going down this path. Two people who build each other up. They don't tear each other down. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's somebody's ex trying to come in too. But I feel like the feminine is going to know something's off. But this person, like I say, they're in their head, mixed messages, signals. They're not sure the other person was open to receive. They wanted to have the cup. They were feeling emotional, but they kept it to themselves. Just an absolute overthinker. They should have acted when they had the opportunity. See, decisive action. Now it's the one that got away. See, this is the one that got away. Letting someone get away. I wouldn't be surprised some of you, Libra, you got a couple people here. But it is time in between things calming down. But this is energy of somebody trying to take control to avoid a disaster. See, something here could have been avoided. So this is someone who may have avoided you before, or you're going to do that with them, because it's like, you know, something is off. It's a person who comes in often when they just want attention. Then when you want attention, they don't give you any. Someone who plays the field, they get a lot of attention. See, they got an ego. So, but one of these people is definitely humble. And it could be just this person's energy being humbled. But this is all about, yeah, building, putting in effort. Somebody here is just focused on work, but it's all about who puts in effort, who builds the foundation. It's about somebody coming in right. I mean, I think it's up to the feminine energy to decide here. You want to build, you got to put in effort. Yeah, it's about connecting. Two people talking, see, getting someone alone. This is about getting somebody alone, having a conversation face to face. Yeah, start anew. See, there's a new person who's crushing. They want to come in, but then there's this person. It does look like an ex. It does look like an ex here. And it doesn't have to be, but it is an energy where someone put on the brakes. They were avoiding the other person. And then now they know there's this other person. So they're taking control. There's been quite a bit of possibly time in between too. It's funny how there was a song years ago. I haven't heard it for years, since I was a kid. In Between Two Lovers. There was a song, and I don't remember what it is, or it just popped into my head, and I don't know why it's telling me that, but so that's what it is, time in between. Wow. Yeah, it's all about this. There's a reason to celebrate. There is going to be an offer, an invitation. This person just needs to act. Like whoever it is that needs to act, that's sincere, that actually wants to build. Someone who wants to build. And it is about building. It takes two people to build. So anyone who doesn't come in and put the effort, because this is someone here who's sacrificed and given before and put a lot of effort and never got what they wanted. So they're certainly not going to do that again. So it's an Empress, somebody who knows. See, the Empress. If you want to come in, you need to come in. You need to put in effort, because I'm no longer sacrificing, giving everything and not receiving anything. The Empress is open to receive. This person's stable. They know what they want too, and they are emotionally available, and they are open to receive. See, it's all about new. The start is something new. See, there is a new person here. But I don't know, maybe something ended suddenly and someone felt defeated. But I feel someone swooped in and asked somebody out. So the other person held back to see what would happen. I don't think it was successful or long-term if it did end up in some kind of relationship. But I'm not seeing that. I'm just seeing somebody not really reciprocating, really trying to avoid this person, because there's already been a disaster. Something already turned out to be a disaster. So there it is. See, the person holding back. They need to act. When opportunities present themselves, you need to act. You run with it a little bit here. See, too much thinking, not enough action. So there it is. It's someone who's been holding back, kind of waiting to see what happens. Well, this person's just open. I don't think this is somebody who really was into that person. I think they want, it's all about the one that got away. Somebody let someone get away. And if it is two people coming in, one of these people, I feel one of them is new. I definitely feel an ex kind of energy, or someone that you've dated that they didn't put any effort. You sacrificed. They didn't fill your cup. In other words, I feel they weren't your type. You weren't really feeling it here. Yeah. Take care. Bye for now.